for me.
I just realized she has a ring on her ring finger. Like, I don't know if I could show that, but yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but on her ring finger, there's a ring there. I don't know how the modicums of marriage work in
What do you want?
the Witcher universe, though.
To speak with the wounded prisoner.
No one's allowed.
I know
I'm
wedding
here on
rings
Commandant
exist,
Laredo's
but I don't know if
orders.
it's like it
I already
has to
cut a deal
be
with you, but
So get
the
out of
ring
my way.
finger.
he won't tell you much. He's dying.
Says you.
Shut your traps. Stop bloody moaning down there.
Look, the coffer's dozed off.
Wake you.
Hello.
They beat him bad. He's got at least a dozen fractures. I'll need your help.
What do I do?
The spell I'm going to use is painful. It could kill him if he thrashes around.
I'll use the Axii sign to calm him.
Perfect.
I'll use the Axii sign to calm him. Whoa. Whoa, whoa.
What's the bloody meaning of this?
Whoa, whoa.
No playing with your sword. Got it?
I can't use my sign without my sword. Okay. Guess I wasn't in the zone.
It's no use.
You wish, Horson. I'm no traitor.
He's raving.
Vadgun? Where am I?
In Flotsam. On the prison barge.
The convict's barge? I'm done for.
Vatgern. How did he
How did
catch you?
Laredo's goons catch Yorvith's right-hand elf?
I was betrayed. How else?
By who?
There's a Witcher in Yorvith's unit.
Like every Dwan, he turned out to be a bastard.
What happened?
He betrayed us. He said he had an offer for me. So we met, where roses of remembrance grow. I should have known.
Roses of Remembrance?
Yes, some of the last in the world. He thought that I'd betray my elven brother in order to control the unit. I refused, and there was a fight. I've never seen anything like it. No human can move that fast. It was a massacre.
Well, yeah, it's a
I
Witcher.
was the first to be hit. Thus I survived. I would have bled to death had Laredo's men not found me. Letho will kill Yorvith, and all will be lost. So many dead, so much suffering, all for naught.
Ah. This Letho.
Letho. He's the Kingslayer?
Yes,
Ah, nice. Why does this Dwan want Yorvith dead?
Why does the Dwan want Yorvith dead?
he used us from the start. Our hatred. But he no longer needs Yorvith. Sees him as a thorn in his side. Though I don't know what Letho wants.
It's Yorvith plan.
What does Yorvith want? Why Flotsam?
Go plow yourself.
Only I can warn
Only
Yorvith.
I can warn Yorvith. Tell me.
We're fighting for much more, Witcher. Flotsam is only the beginning. We're no bandits, we fight for freedom. In due time, Yorvith will answer the call,
like
and we'll
terrorists.
emerge from the woods, joining the battle.
What battle?
He wasn't specific.
In that case, I'll ask Yorvith himself.
I'd like to see that.
Heard
We
enough.
got what we came for.
What now?
Yorvith.
What if Yorvith already knows?
I've got an old saying all ready for him. My enemy's enemy is my friend.
Warn him, Gwynplaine. Yorvith fights, for that is what he does best. He's Enshe, a real one, a free one. Among the last. Fighting makes sense. Now more than ever before, there is still hope.
What are you talking about, Kieran? Hope for what?
For change. For a better tomorrow. I'll not see it. They'll torment me to death on this barge, and I'll go gladly where the apple trees bloom. But you must warn Yorvith.
Ooh, remembering.
Yennefer told me that Ciri has departed for good. She inhabits another world and is happy there. Before she left this one, she gave us the Isle of Avalok, our island. We stopped counting time. People believe that the wraiths of the Wild Hunt are immortal. They race across the heavens, gripping in their bony hands swords, their lightning.
I wonder if you guys can hear my dog
Take
barking.
away mortals, ever expanding their cavalcade of spectral riders. They burned the orchard and the house. In their armored boots, they trampled our island. And they made off with Yennefer. I had to get her back. Return to reality. Return to the Witcher's path.
Yeah, Geralt in the books quit witchering. This kind of explains why in the games he rejoins witchering. Because he gave up fighting monsters in the books to
Geralt,
try and save
Are
Ciri.
you all right?
I've been to the Isle of Avalok, among the apple trees and the mists. After the massacre in Rivia, Ciri took me there, and Yennefer. The
Ciri.
Wraith Riders kidnapped Yen, and I pursued them.
But
Triss, this is important. I feel like everything's coming together. When the Witchers found me barely alive a half-year ago near Kaer Morhen, I was fleeing the Wraiths of the Hunt. They continued to pursue me, in the outskirts, then in Vizima when I killed the Grand Master. Now I know it was no coincidence.
Kieran mentioned roses of remembrance growing somewhere near here. Cedric claims likewise. If that's true,
Right now I should be searching the forest for Yorvith, not looking for flowers.
I could restore your memory.
You sure?
Everything seems to indicate that. Whatever's blocking your memory is clearly weakening. I think I could break that barrier with just one petal from a rose of remembrance. Those flowers are truly powerful.
In that case, Yorvith can wait.
Want me to go with you?
It'd be nice if you did.
I'd love your company.
All right then. Let's go. Cedric mentioned there are some old elven buildings near the cascade in the forest. We should start there.
Lead the way.
Shut your traps. Stop
weird,
bloody
'cause
moaning down there.
If I remember correctly, if you tell her you don't want her to come, she'll say
Wakey,
she'll
wakey,
meet you
coffer.
there.
You'll fall
and
asleep
you
forever
could-
any day now.
You could do your own thing. But at this point, I've done everything available. So, just continuing the main quest is the best option. Although I already know where I'm supposed to go. Just wonder if I actually have to wait for Triss. Wait, my sword looks different for some reason. My two-hander.
That prick Laredo turned his nose up, eh?
I always thought the wraiths were kind of like astral, the astral projections of the hunt, just trying to prod range mutagen. I remember the first time I tried to do the Madmen achievement. I grinded in the woods for a bit to see if I could get enough experience from just fighting enemies in the woods to get the quest done. I mean, not the quest, but just be powerful enough to do it. And then I died. Randomly. It was truly a tragic thing. Triss, where'd you go? Man, why are we going this way? We could just cut through the woods. Let's be faster. Well, I don't remember Triss using a staff. It's weird. Bum, 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 bum.
I think we've arrived. The cascade, the menhir. We need to take the path leading upwards.
Yep.
Gardens in the middle of forests. Those elves really like to complicate things.
Stop whining. It's not far now.
I guess I already have an enchantment like that on.
Cedric told me a beautiful legend about this place.
Legends are almost always beautiful, especially elven ones. The reality often leaves a lot to be desired.
Well, Cedric also said the site itself was something wonderful. The rose must be here somewhere.
I'll look around.
Alden and Cymoril. Cedric said Cymoril eclipsed even Francesca Findabair with her beauty. And
Findabair?
Francesca's reputed to be the world's most beautiful woman.
Cedric drinks too much.
He really has visions, you know. He really has the gift. He could learn to control it if he drank less.
Cedric drinks to get rid of the visions, and that's something I understand perfectly well.
Oh my, lovers. Look at it. It's beautiful. I just don't understand it. How did the elves become so cruel? The one with the scar had so much hatred in it.
Places like this make you realize just how much they've lost. There used to be entire elven cities, and the forests were theirs to enjoy, not to hide in. Humans destroyed that, put them in reservations. Yorvith and his kind are taking revenge, though not all elves are like that.
Kieran said there's a lot more at stake.
He has his ideal, a certain vision of the world. But do you think there's room for humans in it?
We're practically one and the same.
Wrong, Triss. We've been learning from each other for generations, but we're different at base.
I don't know why I find that awfully sad.
Just like this garden. Beautiful and sad.
Yeah.
Triss.
Cymoril's Rose of Remembrance. Legend has it they wilt unless nourished with blood, and also if they're sold. But give it to someone you love, and it'll live forever.
That's not fair.
Well, this is awkward.
Oh, please, Geralt. It's just some stupid elven story. Give me the rose before you break it.
It's not stupid, it's just that...
This is the statue, Curly. Don't mind us. Imagine the corn we'll get. I won't leave the brothel for a month.
6 weeks even.
Where does that woman get the gold for all this? I mean, her and the old man, they're buying a new house. And now these statues for the garden. Must be defraying the treasury. What's a town chancellor do anyway?
It'd be ploughing hard to move.
We'd never shift it in one piece. I know. We'll break off the legs, the heads, remove it in bits.
Break off your own head, clown.
Shut your trap, cunt.
Oh.
And
Kill them!
Well, this ain't fair.
Hit the freak!
Where the hell did this guy come from? Well,
Incredible what the N-shape built before human ships ever appeared in the Pontar Delta.
they somehow managed to make it into a
Elves
bath.
possess a sensitivity humans can't ever hope to
Or a
acquire.
fountain. Looks like more like a bath, though. It has steps.
We're trapped.
So there's a funny thing here. I'm pretty sure you could press this and leave. But if you wait long enough, there's an interesting thing that happens. Because you could totally leave right now. And you'll get a thing called, like, mage resistor or something. Or you could just
Looks like we're stuck.
let things happen.
Well, there must be another way out of here. Why are you looking at me that way? Do I have something on my face? What's going on in that head of yours, Witcher?
Peak dialogue. Yeah, if you click nothing, let's get out of here. You get a thing that gives you bonuses against mages where mages deal less damage. Or you could just, you know.
Oh, you know. Stop. You could use a bath.
So could you.
I'm just gonna let things play out. This is a flex, by the way. Wish I could do this if I had spells. I don't feel like being dressed today. Cast a spell. I might just have to blur this whole thing. It's not gonna be as easy to blur out as the previous iteration of this scene where we had with Triss. It's like before when when I blurred it, she was not as motion driven. That makes sense. I'll see what happens. I might just have to blur a section out, depending on how bad it is when I get into my editor. But yeah, just like The Witcher 1, we be collecting those cards. Oh yeah. Forgot about this part.
A witcher's blade. Letho comes here to think.
Well, he's not here now, so we've no reason to stay.
The Dwaan stole the story of Eldon and Cymru, but they now steal our roses of remembrance. A more silly and shallow tale I've never heard. An enchanted wood, A beautiful elven couple living within. A handsome human prince arrives, riding a milk-white stallion. Bloody Dwarf. We Enshe remember how it was. Limitless devotion, passion, commitment, and sacrifice. Legend has it the lovers' sighs are enchanted within these very stones, though only those in love can hear them.
Singing bushes, jabbering stones, elven hogwash. Well, I'm buggered.
Well, I'm buggered.
We should take walks more often. For a while there, I forgot all about Flotsam, the Scoia'tael, the Kingslayer.
Comedy.
The whole world.
Now that whole scene
Nice
is just
to know I
comedy.
still have that power.
I need time to devise the spell. It could take as much as a few days. What do you plan to do while you wait?
I'm going to meet Yorvith.
Well, don't get yourself killed. That'd be pretty stupid now.
What are you getting at?
You're about to recover your
Foreshadowing.
memory, which will give you a whole new perspective on things. We'll learn what happened to Yennefer.
Uh-huh. And you expect me to drop everything and tell Roach, hey, it's been great, but I've got places to go and people to find?
You know, you could. I mean, you don't really owe him anything.
That's not true.
I'm just afraid you'll get caught up in something and you won't be able to back out.
He literally saved us.
Yorveth's a sly old elf. He's been fighting humans for a full century at least. This Letho is no common bandit either, and I shudder to think who put him on the warpath. It's a mire, Geralt, deep and hungry, and it could swallow you whole before you know it.
It possibly already has.
I want you to know that I'm prepared to travel to the end of the world with you to save Yennefer. I owe you that. I owe her that. I'm prepared to drop everything.
got a really cool
the
outfit.
trappings of court life, politics, the regicide.
It's,
I could even live at Kaer Morhen. It's up to you.
I forgot the word.
Let me finish. I can only say this once. If you want to go alone, I'll understand. And I won't try to persuade you otherwise.
If all goes well, I'll catch the Kingslayer before you finish preparing the spells.
And if it doesn't go well?
Triss, do you really expect me to spend 2 days at the tavern drinking with the locals while Letho's out there taking control of a Scoia'tael unit?
No. But what will you do? What if Yorvith scoffs at your news? What if he says Letho's escaped and no one knows where to find him? Will we go? Will we leave the regicide to Roach and continue with our own lives?
You know I
I
can't.
really would like to go, but I need to clear my name. Foltest's men and bounty hunters of all kinds would never let it go. We'd be fugitives, and that's not a life I'd want for me or for you. Besides, I'd feel as if I'd given up when there was still something to do. I'd feel like I fled, and as I see it, we haven't lost yet.
Whatever your decision, I want you to know you can count on me. I need a few days to prepare the spells.
I need to talk to Zoltan about Yorvith. It's not a closed conversation. We'll talk again, but only after I've settled things with the Kingslayer.
Nice, some loot. Oh, and a book on the Wild Hunt. Actually, kind of want to read that. But first things first. I'm going to end the episode right here. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. Stick around for the next episode of Cornish Thingy, and I shall see you then.
Is everything all right? This is nice.
Actually, I'll just wait.
What a beautiful place.
Very.
How'd you find us?
Finding those I seek is a speciality of mine. Now, let's get out of here. The Scoia'tael are out in droves.
Okay, now I'm going to end the episode right here. Bye-bye.